Everyone's heard the Jim Rohn quote that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But the way I see it is you're the emotional average of all of the people you spend the most time with. You know, we often don't realize how highly contagious emotions can be. And if we spend our time around people who are in fear, we may go straight into fear mode ourselves, even if we're not directly exposed to whatever is causing that fear. And the same works for all of our emotions. Think about when you walk into a room, whatever the dominant energy is in the room is how the room will stay. And a single person may have the power to shift the emotional state of the room, either to the positive or the negative. And if we don't have the emotional discernment or the emotional intelligence to set the right emotional boundaries, we'll just get pulled right along with them. So I've learned to guard my emotions very heavily, meaning that when I get around people who are in fear or they're talking negatively or whatever, I can feel that. And whenever possible, I bounce. I just get out of there as quickly as I can because I don't want to be exposed to that. So getting that level of awareness of people and my surroundings and gaining the confidence to exit the situation has taken a lot of inner work over years. And I used to fall into these emotional traps all the time in the past. The difference is now that I understand what's happening and I'm far more aware of how I'm being affected, then I can consciously and more intentionally do the opposite. So I put myself around as many people as possible who are grounded in the frequencies of joy, gratitude, love, and that gives me confidence along the way. And I just ride shotgun with them emotionally. I'm more of an introvert. And so when I'm around people, I tend to take on whatever emotional state they're in. If they're excited or if they're feeling gratitude or some other negative feeling, like I mentioned, oftentimes that'll pull me right along with them. So this awareness keeps me tuned in to the positive frequencies that make my life better, rather than having me wallow in the negative frequencies that ultimately just bring me down. So it's been a game changer for me in so many ways. It's changed my life perspective. It's ultimately changed my circle of friends and what I believe is possible for myself and for others. There's just no way to exaggerate the impact that it's made on my life. They say you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. In my mind, you're the emotional average of the people you spend the most time with, all the people you spend the most time with, because of the ways that they affect your frequency and vibration.